March 8th, Seahawks obtained Drew Lock, Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, 2022 and 2023 first round picks, 2022, 2023 second round picks, and a 2022 fifth round pick. The Broncos get Russell Wilson and 2022 fourth round pick. Russell Wilson gets a 5-year deal and a $296 million extension, one of the biggest trades in NFL history. Before the season began, NFL analysts and fans had the Seahawks winning around 10 to 13 games in their record prediction coming this year. The Seahawks, only 3 to 5 wins. Now we're here in late December, and it's pretty much the complete opposite. The Seahawks are 7 and 8, and the Broncos are out of the playoff contention. So what happened? Hey, it's Cole here. Welcome back to another video. And today we're going over the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson and what happened to them after possibly being a Super Bowl contender with one of the biggest trades in NFL history this past offseason to now being 4-11 and out of playoff contention. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more videos just like this, and let's get right back into the video. So let's go back to week 1. Monday Night Football, the Broncos taking on the Seahawks. Russell Wilson taking on his former NFL team in Seattle. And this game overall was really bad, but Russell Wilson looked really bad as well, as the Broncos lose 16-17 to where many people thought this was going to be an absolute blowout or a dominant performance from the Broncos, but it was the complete opposite. It was a terrible game, and the Broncos ended up losing and taking many people, like myself, out of ESPN's elimination or survivor challenge. The next 2 games they go on to be 2-1, a step in the right direction for the Broncos, as many people again had them winning 10 to 13 games in this season, especially now with Russell Wilson at the helm at QB. Looking back, that just didn't happen, as they lose the next 10 out of their 12 games, losing to teams like the Panthers, the Colts, and the Jets. And man, these were some bad losses, especially teams like the Raiders, the Chiefs, and now you look here, current day, losing to the Rams 51 to however many points the Broncos scored. The Broncos are now 4-11. Wilson has scored 12 touchdowns, the same amount of bathrooms he has in his house. He has thrown 9 interceptions, and Russell Wilson's teammates are getting more and more pissed with him at QB. Now, what's going wrong with the Broncos? It probably is a multitude of things. It's not just Russell Wilson's fault, but there's a lot of blame on him and also the new first-year head coach, Nathaniel Hackett, who has had some very bad moments throughout the season.
Called early. What the? So you just burned 30 seconds to call a timeout?
I would say it's hard to, kind of correlate these two things, especially when lots of Russell Wilson's interceptions have been just bad throws and really bad decisions. He looks like at times he's just trying to make game-winning play, but it's only the first or second quarter, and that's just not working, obviously, with Russell Wilson. So it's hard to kind of put 2 and 2 together or have the correlation between the two, but it's just not there. But they're definitely 2 big things. If you put them together, combine them together, absolute implosion from one NFL team. Those are probably the 2 main things that have happened. And definitely the Broncos have dealt with some injuries and some other things, but those are the 2 main things that can drive an NFL team to the absolute ground when the head coach is absolutely horrendous and the quarterback play is not good. And you're also paying that quarterback about $300 million. Not good for the Denver Broncos, to say the least. Now, can the Broncos get out of this situation? I think it's definitely possible. But again, it's hard to say when you're now looking at Russell Wilson. Maybe he is just washed. But maybe one day he gets back to his Seattle ways and his top 10 quarterback ways, to where he can hopefully maybe lead the Broncos to be an actual good team down in the future. But it's definitely obviously not happening this year. Maybe even if Russell Wilson plays good with Nathaniel Hackett at head coach, who probably should be fired, maybe this team just won't be as good as their potential says on paper. And it's just been very bad for the Broncos. And also the loss of many valuable picks, 2 first-round picks in the next year, 2 second-round picks the next 2 years. So that overall doesn't help at all. This being said, The Broncos got absolute fleeced. The Seahawks are on the way to a successful rebuild if everything goes right. And this may go down, or may have already been gone down, as one of the worst trades in NFL history.
Broncos country, let's ride.